shoulders above everybody else's. He's one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
I know I'm the best in the world because I never picked the easy guy. I picked the toughest challenge. Right now, where I'm at in my life, I want to make sure I leave no stone unturned. There's killers out there, and I'm ready for everyone.
Enter Jared Cannonier.
This is a guy that had knockouts at heavyweight, and now at 185, he's an absolute monster.
Oh, Cannonier! Statement made!
I want that shot next. It's me. Nobody else. Me.
I can beat any man on the face of the planet. So, Adesanya, here I am. I'm ready.
Jared, you're next. Be careful what you wish for.
There's no easy way.
Israel Adesanya! He's the best striker that we've ever seen. One of the biggest superstars in this sport.
But Jared Cannonier can put people to sleep. That's a terrifying man.
I'm prepared for Max Holloway again. It's about time! Let's go! Two future Hall of Famers and all-time greats complete their epic trilogy. These guys are the greatest featherweights that ever existed.
Sean O'Malley is an absolute star in the making.
But Pedro Munoz is a savage. This is the biggest test of his career.
There's no easy way. There's no easy way.
Welcome to today's UFC press conference from 24/7 Sports Bar at the Star in beautiful Sydney, Australia, where we have some of the finest athletes from Australia and New Zealand ready to take the stage before their history-making title fights coming this July. First to the stage, the man challenging Brandon Moreno for the interim UFC flyweight title on July 31st in Dallas, Texas at UFC 277. Representing Auckland, New Zealand, he has won 3 straight fights over some of the best the 125-pound class has to offer. Please welcome Kai Kara-France. Next to the stage, one of the 2 men set to complete the greatest trilogy in UFC featherweight history at UFC 276 on July 2nd. The reigning, defending 145-pound champion, undefeated in the UFC, riding an unheard-of 21-fight winning streak, and riding the momentum of a dominant title defense over the Korean Zombie in April. Here is the UFC featherweight champion, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. And finally, the last man who will make the walk from the T-Mobile Arena on Sunday, July 3rd in Las Vegas for UFC 276. Along with Volkanovski, he stands as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. A sublime striker who has never tasted defeat at 185 pounds. A man who has held UFC gold for over 3 years running and is set to defend his world middleweight title against Jared Cannonier as the headliner of International Fight Week. He is the champion. He is the last style bender, Israel Adesanya.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. My name is Peter Kolosko. I'm the UFC Vice President for Australia and New Zealand. And today, as you can see, I'm joined by 3 of the best mixed martial artists in the world, all of whom will compete in bouts next month with UFC championship implications, and who continue to represent Australia and New Zealand in the octagon and on the world stage. First up, UFC 276, Adesanya versus Cannonier will take place at the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas on the 2nd of July. In that co-main event, the current UFC featherweight champion of the world, Alexander Volkanovski of Windang, New South Wales, will defend his belt against the number 1 contender Max Holloway. Alex is ranked the number 2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world and remains undefeated in the octagon. He's now defending his title for the 4th time. In the main event, the UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya will meet the challenger Jared Cannonier. Israel also remains undefeated in the middleweight division, and he claimed the UFC middleweight belt and unified it in 2019. This will be his 5th title defence, and this will cap off our International Fight Week in Las Vegas, and it's considered our marquee event and week of the year. UFC 277, Pena versus Nunes 2, will take place at the end of July in Dallas, Texas at the American Airlines Centre. Kai Kara-France will represent New Zealand as the number 1 and number 2 contenders compete for the interim flyweight championship. Kai's earned this title shot after 3 consecutive wins at the top end of the division, and he'll face the former champion in Brandon Moreno in the co-main event. There are also some additional athletes representing this region that will be in competition next month. At UFC 276, we have Brad Riddell. He will face Jalen Turner. Jessica Rose Clark will kick off the event as she meets Yulia Stoliarenko. And at UFC 277, Justin Taffer will take on Dante Mays in the heavyweight division, and Blood Diamond faces off with Orion Kosi. July's a huge month for UFC, and the broadcast details, UFC 267 and UFC 277 are live on pay-per-view. In Australia, that is on the Foxtel platform main event via KO or Foxtel and via Fetch TV. If you're in New Zealand, Sky Arena and Spark Sport will get you there. In both countries, you can look up UFC Fight Pass and you can purchase the pay-per-view directly there as well. I welcome Kai, Israel and Alex here today, along with questions from the media. Who's got the first question?
Volk, I wonder what you make of suggestions that you don't only have to beat Holloway this time, but beat him convincingly to end this rivalry.
Oh, man, look, I don't think I have to do anything. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try, right? You know, I'm going to go out there and I plan on putting a beating on him this time. Yeah, I really do want to set a statement. You know, obviously getting a finishing or really, really getting that dominant win will definitely help that legacy that I want as well. You know what I mean? That's something that I felt like I have talked about. I've always wanted to prove to people, but I ain't about that now. But this opportunity is here and I'm going to take it. And it's going to be end still and I'm going to put on a good performance. So that's all that's going to happen.
And Israel, just on trilogies, I guess within a big Australian crowd here, what Bobby Knuckles would have to do to get a trilogy fight with you?
You said that? Oh, sorry. Right there. Oh, hey. We just talked before. Bobby, he's a great fighter. I'll give it to him. He's a great fighter, but I know how that book ends. I've read that book twice already. First time was a quick read. Second time a little bit longer. But, I mean, he's probably going to be at the top for a while. But if we fight again, I know how that book ends, you know. So that's why I'm excited about this next fight. You know, some new blood, someone I've never fought before. I told you if he wants to, you should go up to 205, see what that's about. Maybe try that for a little bit. But, yeah, I've read that book already, and I don't like reading the same book over and over again.
This is a question for everyone. Australia and New Zealand fighters arguably had it worst out of everyone, given travel restrictions during the pandemic, lockdowns. What's it like now to come full circle and to be hosting and headlining International Fight Week event?
Man, I guess look what we've been able to do without normal conditions. So with the gym back to normal now, you know, pre-COVID, Alex has been training with us back in New Zealand at City Kickboxing. So it's just perfect timing. All of us fighting for world titles, defending, me about to fight for an interim. It's just great timing. And the energy that we have at the gym at the moment at City Kickboxing, man, something special is happening there. And there's about to be a third world champion and about to defend another 2. So I can't wait. It's perfect timing. And yeah, it's my time.
And Alex, as members of the Australian public, we're all used to kind of hearing the rubbish, mainly coming from American mouths that are trying to discredit you and your past victories. You're now facing the same guy where the majority of that discussion stems from. Do you take notice of people trying to discredit you? And if so, is it something that drives you on?
Oh, mate, you're not wrong. They've quieted down a little bit, so that's all good. But man, I don't care. That's what I've said. I don't care about that now. That's not why I took this fight. It wasn't just to shut them guys up. You know, I did originally want this trilogy to shut people up, but right now it's not about that. This fight's going to be a legacy fight for me, and you know, you're going to be haters no matter what you do. You know what I mean? Even after this one, if I go out there and do what I plan on doing, there's still going to be haters. There's still going to be people saying stuff, and we can't worry about that. I have used it all as fuel to get me where I am, but right now it's about me and putting me in a good position after this one. I plan on going out there and really putting work on him. Again, he's a great fighter. I'll give him a lot of credit. He's that number one contender. He's done great things in this division. It's probably the reason why he's even getting the trilogy. And I think really taking him out again will really put my name out there and raise that bar a lot more for me, put me in a lot better position. So that's why I'm taking this fight, not to shut people up, but it will taste good to shut people up at the same time. But that's not my main drive right now. But we're going to silence them. But if they want to keep yapping, let them.
Yeah, my first question is actually for Pete. There's obviously a clear appetite for the sport, and the sport's popularity in Australia and New Zealand's probably as high as it's ever been. I'm just wondering if there's an update on when we might be getting a card down under again, and if so, what sort of venues are you eyeing off? Would we be looking at another sort of stadium show, or would it be a smaller venue?
Look, yeah, absolutely. Look, it's always our ambition to put on huge fights here in Australia with cards that make sense to the market, have these guys performing on home soil. And, you know, it's always an ambition to come back to Australia. We understand that fans have been patient down here, and so our ambition is to come back with the right event at the right time. And, UFC 276 is one of those fight cards I'd like to replicate down here in Australia. You know, you look at how successful it could be down here. It could sell out any arena across Australia or New Zealand, or could even rival the kind of numbers of UFC 243 we had in Melbourne. I think what's important to understand is that this is UFC 276 is a fight with global relevance. This is the number 2 and number 3 pound for pound fighters in the world. So I think it's only fitting that those guys compete in the fight capital world in Las Vegas, and it's quite a nice play on the international fight week nature of our marquee event schedule of the year. So it's our ambition is to come back. It's a matter of timing and scheduling. But I'm hoping that window of opportunity emerges for us soon, and probably likely early next year.
I want to be active, so we're going to make that happen. I want to defend that belt here as soon as possible. Let's go.
Well, that was going to be my next question to you, Alex, so thank you for answering it. I'll just riff off that then. I mean, a couple of years ago, you were on the undercard at Fight Night in Sydney. Like, the media was not at all what it is now. What does it mean for you and for your role in this sport to look out and see this whole room full of people today on a Tuesday afternoon taking their time off work to come and see you and come and see these other guys?
Well, we appreciate that. So thank you for the support. It's obviously something that I want to do, right? Like, I want to defend. We planned on doing this before the shit happened, but it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm planning on holding this belt for a long time, and I want to stay active, as I just said. So we'll go out, do our work, and then maybe we can turn something around quick. We'll see if Pete can make something happen. We'll talk to the big boys, and again, I want to defend that belt here and put on a show for the crowd here in Australia.
Israel, you've headlined one of those stadium shows in Melbourne. Can you give us an insight into what that was like and how keen you'd be to do it again?
Oh, yeah. So I was trying to find you. Repeat the question.
You've headlined one of those stadium shows. Can you give us an insight into what that was like compared to any other show and how keen you'd be to do it again?
It's unreal. It's nothing like you've ever felt before. I'm glad to be part of a few privileged on this planet that were able to experience that. Yeah. I know it was in your hometown. I beat your boy. I'm sorry, not sorry. But for me, when I walked out there, it's all energy. I walked out there. I did my dance. I was feeling confident. I was feeling badass. And I knew I was, like, poking some bears in enemy territory. But to go out there and showcase the way I did, it's unreal. It's one of those moments, not just in my career, but in my life, I will never, ever forget. And it's with me forever. And yeah, it's unreal. And I know he's experienced it. I can't wait till Kai experiences it as well. Probably in Auckland, New Zealand, or maybe here in Melbourne or in Sydney. But yeah, it's unreal. And I'm glad we're part of the privileged few.
Kai, you touched on it before, but can you give us an insight into how tough things got in New Zealand over the past couple of years, trying to train and everything over there?
Yeah, over the last few years, our gym was shut for about 4 months. So, like, preparing for that Cody Garbrandt fight over New Year's, man, I was training out of my garage. I was training at the park. We just couldn't go to the gym. It was getting watched over by everyone, so we had to kind of just get creative, meet up with teammates, secretly meet up and just train and do our job. So,
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So but that I guess that's one of our strengths. We just turn up, no excuses. Put in the preparation, put in the work, and when it's fight week, man, it really means everything to us. When we make that walkout and we do the media days, we do the weigh-ins, our opponents feel the fire in us, because just to be there, man, like what we've had to do, I feel like it's been way harder being from this side of the world to compete in the UFC than, American-based fighters who could bring in anyone that they needed for their fight camps or go anywhere. We couldn't leave our house pretty much, so that's what we've been able to do without our gym running normally, without Alex coming over and Joe and the rest of the team. So now with all that back to normal, we're at even playing field. But like I said before, look what we've been able to do without that. We're about to fight for a world title now, so it's just exciting, man. And I just can't wait to get in there. Can't wait to see the boys go to work. It's inspiring, just being in the same gym, rubbing shoulders with world champions, and definitely rubs off on you. So that's why I know I'm going to be a world champion.
Yeah.
This one here for Kai Kara France. Kai, you head into this fight the underdog once again. You've been the underdog a number of times throughout your career. What is it about Kai Kara France that people just want to doubt, no matter how many times you prove them wrong?
Man, it's kind of triggering. It brings me back to when I was in high school getting bullied for my height. I guess getting overlooked, underestimated. But man, this kid's got a lot of fight in him. And that's what Moreno will be seeing. It's a dogfight, and I've just got to make it that. And I don't care, if you doubt me, it just fuels me. It just fuels you even more. So, I was born to do this. So I can't wait to get in there and, just shut up all the doubters and spoil the party. So, Moreno, don't blink, baby.
Let's go, boy. We've got another question. All right, we might open up to fan questions. There's some mics going around, guys. If you want to ask a question, please line up.
All good to go?
Try again, mate.
Sweet. So first off, good luck for your fights. I have 2 questions. Wait, actually, 1 second, sorry. So one for the 3 of you and the other one for Kai. How does CKB in the UFC look in 10 years' time? Like in Naruto, there is a will of fire. What is the will of CKB? And then my question for Kai is, when Joe Burrow gets you over for a game, Kai, please be your +1.
Got you, bro. Give me a number after. I'll definitely link that up. I don't watch Naruto. Is that the name?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think that's Izzy's question to answer.
The will of fire, CKB. There was something that, the first thing that came to mind, something when we moved gyms, from the old gym to the new gym, something that Eugene said is, the gym is not these 4 walls, the gym is the people. And that's always stuck with me. When he was giving that speech, he just said, the gym's not about where we at, it's who we are, who we're around. So, yeah, that's our strength, is the people. Yeah. It's hard to see because of the silhouette. It's real bright in here, but I like the shirt.
Yeah. Hi there. Hi, Easy. Mr. Easy, the
What's up,
style
man?
bender. I've got a question for you, bro. So you've got a fight coming up against Jarek Cannonier. So do you feel like is he the toughest challenge you've ever faced?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ever faced? I don't believe so. That's my first inkling, but it doesn't mean I underestimate him. Everyone's a tough challenger. He's a guy that packs a lot. He packs, Volkanovski knows. From Footy Volk when he was 87 kgs to now, Bald Volk, he still carries that weight around, that strength, So does Jared. He still carries that strength around. So I can't overlook him. But I don't think he'll be the toughest challenge. I honestly think I'll make this easy. I really believe I'll make this look easy come July 3rd.
So since you said you're going to make it look easy, any prediction for that fight?
I think I'm psychic or something. Easy. Oh, a prediction, I'll give you a prediction. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to look a lot like the Costa fight, minus the little tap-tap at the end. But it will look a lot like the Costa fight.
Just to let you know, that was pretty impressive fight against Paulo Costa. I congratulate you for that.
Thank you, sir.
What did you, another question, sorry. What did you make of the last fight against Jared Cannonier versus Derek Brunson?
Derek Brunson. I missed that fight. It was I was backstage warming up. I just saw the finish. I know he got wobbled, but I didn't really watch the fight. I'll have a look maybe during fight week just to refresh my memory, but I was too busy focused on my game at the time.
Awesome. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
And I've got a question for Alex.
Yo.
So I'm going to take my time. This is probably the last time I'll probably get to ask a question. Alex, I just wanted to say congratulate for defending your title for third time, I believe. Yeah. Third time. And also keeping the title in Sydney. Big ups to you. Yeah, let's go. I think you've already answered that question earlier. Are you almost sick of matching up against Max Holloway for the third time?
Am I sick of it?
Yeah, almost like it's the third time you've fought against him.
It's not too bad. I had a couple of fights to go out there and do my thing, but again, I'm excited for this one, to be honest with you, just purely because where I'm at right now. Yeah. I'm a whole different beast, and I've evolved so much, and what I plan on doing to Max and the position I'm going to be in after this one, you know what I mean? It's going to be incredible. So I'm pumped. I'm excited, you know what I mean, to be on the card with the boys as well. It's going to be incredible. International Fight Week, stacked card, top to bottom, and we're gonna finish it with a bang. So I can't wait to go out there and do my thing and see where I'm at the week after. We soak it all up because it's going to be big.
All the best. Thank you. Last one, Kai.
Sorry.
Last one.
We'll move on, man.
That's the last one. Promise, last one. Kai, do you feel like you're one win away from title shot?
Man, it doesn't matter who's in front of me. Moreno, Figgy, they can all get it.
Yes. Fuck yeah, don't blink, baby. Yeah, that's it.
My man.
Next question, thanks.
First of all, I want to say this is crazy. It's crazy standing in front of you. My question's for Volkanovski. How's it feel, mentally and physically preparing with Kai and obviously Izzy, sparring with them? How's it feel with the whole preparation? Do you feel any different, or is it the same energy that you're bringing towards them?
Well, we got the same energy at the gym, but to have that all the boys and the banter and all that, the same energy we're going to have fight week. It was really good to feel. Again, like obviously you got the high level training partners and all that type of stuff, but that energy that we bring when we're together is incredible. It's unmatched. It honestly is incredible to be a part of. But to actually get a good feel of it, a couple of weeks this camp, like we haven't been able to do it, obviously. Before we go out there and have fight week and fight night, because that energy is going to be massive in our change room, walking out to the fights and then performing as well. So it was so good to just have that feel again and be a part of the boys of the family that we have, that freestyle and CKB team that we have, that family feel, to get a good feel for that because we're going to be getting that fight week. So, mate, it was incredible. It was good. It was good to be back with the boys.
Good luck for the fight, guys, and kangaroo burgers after the victory.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, it's just a question for Volk. You've talked about moving up weight divisions before, trying to get that second belt at lightweight. I just want to hear your thoughts on Oliveira as a potential opponent, seeing what he's done recently in the lightweight division.
Yeah, man, that's why I talk about this third fight with Max being a big one. I think, Danny's even touched on it. That this, after this one, I go do my thing. It's going to give me that time to go, at least have the chance to go for that double champ status. That's what I want. So I'm gonna do what I plan on doing, and then that's what I'm gonna call for. And when I look at Oliveira, dangerous fighter. A lot of people love watching him fight and the exciting fights, but obviously he showed that he can be beat. He showed that in his last few, even though they were exciting. He was almost beating every one of those times. So the thing is with me, I ain't going to give him them opportunities. If I land big on someone, they ain't going to get the opportunity to land big on me. That's not how we roll. I'm going to land big and not get hit. That's the whole point, yeah? So I plan on going up and moving up. He is dangerous. It's going to be a great fight, and I think it'll be a massive fight. But I definitely believe that I can go that double champ status and I'll be successful. But let's worry about Max. But once it's done, hey, Australia, maybe we do it here. Let's see.
Yes. Guy, Volk, Izzy, thanks for coming to Sydney. My question's for Izzy. So at the moment, there is heaps of speculation on John Jones' comeback. And I'm just wondering, is there any potential fight there between you and John Jones?
You should move up and wait first. Go fight Francis. Or even stop being on TMZ, get his life together. And then, this is facts. So I might say anything that's not true. Just get his shit together first, like DC said. And start fighting again. Because there's no fight if someone's not fighting. I'm the one fighting. I'm staying active. I'm moved up in weight, not just talking about it. I'm going to do it again. And I'm, cementing my own legacy. So, I'm just worrying about me right now. That's the main thing.
Beautiful. Good luck in 2 weeks, guys.
Thanks.
Stylebender, Volk, Kai, how are you?
All good.
You're good.
This question for Stylebender. Just quickly, been watching you since Jason Wellness days. Love your work, bro.
Thank
Keep
you.
it up.
Appreciate it.
Just a quick question. You're at the top of the game. You've been there for a while now. Yeah, bro. Cheers. What motivates you these days? What's your drive?
I love that. That's a good question because I've been asked that a few times. And, I'm fine now. I'm in the history books. I've done what I set out to do when I was young, when I first got in this game. So why am I still hungry? I've said this from the get-go. Fuck the belt. It just looks nice, and it makes more money and all that kind of stuff. For me, it's about the scraps. It's about the people you take out. It's about fighting everyone that no one wants to fight, calling out those names and then taking them out. So that's what I've been doing. So right now, when I wake up, I'm human. Look, I'm human. I wake up some days, maybe 5 weeks in the camp, and this might be sore, that might be sore. But I get up. Why? Because I know Jared is training his ass off, and I know he's trying to get me. But that's not going to happen. So that's what makes me get to the gym, put in the work. So again, when it comes to July 3rd, I'm going to make it look easy. I really feel confident about that because of the way I've put work in this camp. So I love that. But honestly, what motivates me is perfecting my craft. I might never reach it. I probably will never reach perfection.
Never ending.
But you know already. Man, I don't need to answer your question. You know the answer. But for me, it's just about the craft. It's about martial arts. And it's about, honestly, putting on highlight reel knockouts and submissions for you guys. So, I can't wait till I do some more of that July 3rd.
Thanks, boys. Good luck 2 weeks.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I don't even have a phone on me. Hey, I actually was going to just ask the same question, Izzy. I was going to ask, despite the success and fame, what do you still find as an emotional driver? So I might just use this chance to say I find you as a huge inspiration. I think your authenticity, your ability as an athlete, and your charisma as well is just excellent. So thanks for being you. Appreciate it.
Gave me chills. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
This question's for Volkanovski. Just wondering, do you prefer spinach and cheese burek or mezzo?
I don't mind a good burek. I haven't been able to eat that for a little while. Actually, I had some a few weeks ago. I'm a cheese burek guy. Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Mezzo
all the way, though.
I don't mind. I don't mind a bit of burek, mate.
All right, thanks.
Footy Volk loved it. Footy Volk fucking loved it. But I'm in camp at the moment, so maybe after kangaroo burgers and burek.
All right, thank you.
Burek is like a pastry.
Continuing on from that question, Volkanovski, surely you're going to have enough kifli, maznik or burek for the fight.
That's it, mate. I need to cook myself some. I've got my dad teaching me how to cook some Macedonian food, so Looking forward to that. But hey, like I said, Burek, Maznik, we'll get into it.
Hey, this is for all the boys. I was just wondering, you guys all work with Eugene Bareman. What do you think makes him one of the best coaches in the world and maybe even in UFC history?
Eugene, I've worked with for a few years, and I think his insight to the game, and also, put it this way, there was one of these days during this camp, I was watching him coach all of us from the sidelines, because some of us got set aside while the lighter weight guys worked, and I was watching him tell each guy how to do what they were doing. And it was like he was playing a video game. He was just so captivated in that guy, and then make sure they do what they need to do, then move to this guy. And he was just in his element, looked like a kid in a candy store. So that, and also him linking up with the smart people around him. You know, like we've got Twister, who's one of our coaches, Joe from Freestyle MMA, Mike Angove, Adam. These are the people behind the scenes you might not know about, Andre. So he's smart enough to recruit the smarter people to help with each facet of our game. And just who he is as a person, his essence, I think that's what makes him a special human. But don't tell him I said that.
Hi, how are you guys? This is for all three of you. Now with the state of origin in full swing, are we going to see a bunch of weaklings, or are we going to see some hustle behind that muscle and see Rocky versus Rambo? But looking at Volkanovski, we might see Rocky versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. What do you think are we going to see to start?
What's it for the state of origin? Then we say, go to Blues. That's what I reckon. Let's go.
This question's for Izzy. After you beat the brakes of Jared Kennedy, do you think you're going to knock out either Alex Pereira or Sean Strickland after?
I look forward to either one of those fights. And people try, I don't like this narrative of like, oh, it's too quick. It's too quick for Pereira. But look, Jiri just fought for the belt and won the belt on his third fight in the UFC. I think Anderson did in the second fight. So that's fine. He's new to MMA. I've been in this game for a long time. And this TikTok generation has 15-second memory. So they forget. All they see is a knockout. But they didn't watch the first fight or even watch the second fight before the finish. So this is not kickboxing. This is mixed martial arts. And these ain't big pillow gloves. These are 4-ounce deadly weapons. And I can't wait to drive that through his face after I go through Jared Cannonier.
Izzy, can you write my name in your death note real quick? My name is David, like you did against Anderson Silva.
Yeah, what, say it again?
David. Just write it in your death note, like you did against Anderson Silva.
No, I won't do that. Easy.
Thanks, guys. We've got time for 3 more questions.
Hey, this is a quick question for Izzy. Obviously, you're sparkling right now.
Thanks,
Just wondering if you can tell me how much money is around your neck right now.
Fucking hell, bro. Well, first of all, shout out to Ben Baller. He's a legendary driller.
Yeah,
and
facts.
I don't really... fuck, man.
You must know.
I have a ballpark figure, but look at the pearls, though. Ain't it nice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real nice, real nice.
It's a lot, put it that way. It's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, easy. We'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
Easy.
What's going on, boys?
Going on.
Alex, first of all, thanks
Nice
for the
hat.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind your hat as well. And Kai, probably your shoes as well.
This guy's trying to jump everyone.
Nah, bro, no questions here. Just thanks for what you guys do, and good luck with your upcoming fights. Eh?
Shot, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
This question's for all three of you, and I appreciate if you can all answer it. Can you boys describe your emotions that run through your body on fight night as you're in the locker room training?
Emotions. By that point, for me, emotions out the window. The last bit of emotion I get is just right before the prayer. We get in a circle and say a prayer, and that's the last bit of emotion that I kind of get. And after that, we say amen, boom. It's switched on. From around the weigh-ins, like the first weigh-ins and even the ceremonials, then I start to like get more cold. I start to go more bush within. I'm going to war or an assassination, you know? Yep. So, yeah, by that point, when I'm walking out, it's almost like a lucid dream. You see me do some like the dance or whatever else I do. I do it sometimes just because you can do whatever in a dream. You ever wake up and you're like in a dream and you're like, you're in your underwear in front of people, and then you have to imagine they're in their underwear as well, or do something crazy. Yeah, so it's just a way to break the fourth wall for myself in this game of life we're playing. So that's for me anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, what goes through my head, I guess, just remembering why I'm here, what I'm about to do, who I'm representing. We always play, Kiwi jams in the locker room just to kind of ground us, center us, bring us back to being at home, just whatever feels comfortable. So I don't really think too much, just being present and just ready to go to war, like what Izzy said.
Yep.
It's a hard question to answer sometimes because I try and keep myself calm and composed and steady. I've got a job to do. As he says, you're going to war, but I mean, at the same time, I want to perfect my art, so I want to stay composed and ready. But there's some, we were talking about it before, like there's a moment that I have where, I want to be composed, I want to be calm, but I want to remind myself what it's all for. I think of my family, I think of my kids. I even listen to a song. Usually it's a song and you see me start walking around the change room and we're like, this is for my family. I ain't taking that belt away from me, my family. I ain't taking that belt away from Australia.
Fuck
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Things like that. So that really pumps me up. So again, stay composed, stay ready, but know what it's all about. Know why we're doing this. You know what I mean? So that's what it is for me anyway.
Yep. Just a quick yes or no question. Any fear before the fight?
I don't. My body doesn't like to eat. It's like hunting. I like to stay primal, starved. Like, shout out to Jordy Nutrition. He makes breakfast for me. I do like the movies, and I'll add like one strawberry, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. That's me. And I won't eat maybe 6 hours before the fight because I like to stay hungry.
Oh, I said fear, bro. Fear.
Oh, fear. Oh, I thought you said feet. Fuck.
He's never heard of it. That's why he would do
Fear. Oh, no, I don't fear nothing. You don't fear no one. Nothing. It's just cold. By that point, there's no emotion after the prayer. I mean, the thing is surrender. You surrender to the possibilities. Surrender to the universe. Whatever happens, happens. All you can control is yourself. So I control the best of my ability, what I can do. And I surrender. Let the chips fall where they may.
All right. Cheers, boys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Afternoon, lads.
Afternoon.
There's many other famous, most notably, fight camps around there, much like ATT, AKA. But it looks like the future is looking pretty bright for you guys at CKB. So I guess my question for all of you is, once Kara takes this dub, how far is the future going to go for CKB?
Man, it's one champion, two champion, and about to be a third champion from this region of the world. Let's just honestly soak that in for a second. It's mind-boggling. You know what I mean? It's something that's never been done from this side of the world in this era. And I feel like because MMA is a relatively new sport, the fucking word I hate, it's not a traditional sport. All these Kiwi bureaucrats like to use, they don't really shine as much a light on it. That's why we're here in Australia, because your media actually is more MMA friendly than Kiwi media. Even though we have guys who actually look after us, Chris Reeves, Ravinda, and some people from Sky Sport, it's not as hailed like the way you guys hail it, like the way you hail your champions, So this is something that I feel like they're missing out on. And when it's like 20 years down the line, some people will kick themselves and be like, man, we should have really put our best foot behind these guys. We shouldn't have tried to break up their camp while they were in camp, while the other teams were being able to have isolated camps. We shouldn't have been doing that. I feel like they're going to kick themselves. And that's why I said to myself, because of the way they treated Dan and my team, I will never, ever fight in New Zealand ever again. That's why if I was ever going to do a stadium show again, fuck it, I'll do it in Australia instead. Yeah. I don't know if I answered your question, but I'm telling you right now, just take a look at this. Take a look at this. This right here, 1, 2, 3 champions. And there's many more to come. And it's from this side of the world. Australasia, little old New Zealand. It's what we're doing, man. And I honestly, it's what a time to be alive, man. Give ourselves a round of applause. Like, what a time to be alive. It's crazy.
And to add on that as well, for you guys as well, a lot of people come up on the microphone and thanked us for being here. But we want to thank you guys for the support and what you have been doing for us as well. So, I know every pub here in Australia, New Zealand is going to be absolutely packed, cheering us on while we go and still and you, yeah. So that's how it's going to be, man. The support has been incredible, so we want to thank you for that. And don't thank us, we thank you.
And that's a great note to wrap on. Thank you very much, Sydney, for showing up to today's press conference. UFC 276 and UFC 277 live on pay-per-view. We're going to pull this and take a few photos. Thanks, guys. Thanks again.
can beat any man on the face of the planet. So, Adesanya, here I am. I'm ready.
Jared, you're next. Be careful what you wish for.